Hello everybody, welcome back to the Writer of the Win channel. Today we're gonna do NFL tier list for the starting quarterbacks for next season. So the tiers there are S, A, B, C, D, then F, or the quarterbacks that aren't starting. The higher up the list, the better they are, the lower down, the worse they are. So we're gonna start out Alex Smith. He's not starting quarterback, so he's gonna be in the bottom tier. Next is Aaron Rodgers. He has back-to-back MVPs. While he doesn't usually play good in playoffs, he's still an amazing quarterback. He doesn't throw many interceptions. There's just almost nothing bad about him. Next, you have Baker Mayfield, who right now isn't even the starting quarterback on his team since Deshaun Watson was recently traded to the Browns. But when he did play, he was mediocre. He was just bad in general. He couldn't lead the team anywhere, even with his great defense and great running back core. I think he's either in C or D. I'll put him C right now. Next is Ben Roethlisberger. He already retired, so I should put him in this tier. But I would put him in either C or D tier if he was still starting. Cam Newton, he's not good anymore. Like, he's super old, does a lot of interceptions. There's just not much good about him. Next is Dak Prescott. He is a pretty good quarterback, maybe overpaid. He can't get it done in big games, and he does often pad his stats a lot against garbage teams. He definitely gets overrated a lot, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'd say he is above average. Next is Daniel Jones. I would say Daniel Jones is kind of on the same level as Baker Mayfield. Very mediocre, below average. He can't lead his team anywhere. I don't think he's ever had a winning season. He's never made the playoffs. I'll put him D. This is Derek Carr. Solid quarterback. He's been average, above average his whole career. And I feel like he's only going to do better with Davante Adams. I'll put him in front of Dak Prescott. Deshaun Watson, he was just traded to the Browns. We haven't seen him play in 2 years, but when he did play, he was an amazing quarterback. Assuming he keeps all his traits and skills, he's definitely an A-tier quarterback, especially with the Browns. Drew Lock is the next quarterback. He's also bad. He's bad with the Broncos. He's on the Seahawks now. I don't see him going anywhere. Next is Nick Foles. He's not a starting quarterback. Jared Goff. I would say he's probably worse than Baker Mayfield. He had that one good season with the Rams where they went to Super Bowl. Whatever since then. He's one of the most overpaid quarterbacks, one of the most overrated players in the NFL. He's awful. Next is Jalen Hurts. He's a solid young quarterback, but there's been so much controversy the past couple years of whether he is a starting quarterback. He did lead them to the playoffs 2 years in a row, I believe. This is a solid accomplishment for a young player like him. But he hasn't shown he can do it in the big games. I'll put him top of C or bottom of B. Jameis Winston, he's another one that's tough to rank because he was injured for half the year. But when he did play, he was pretty good. I'd say he's definitely better than Jalen Hurts. But if he returns and plays at that same level, he's definitely a B tier quarterback. Next is Justin Fields. He did okay this season, dealing with horrible offensive line, almost no help, and he's losing tons of pieces on the Bears defense. I'd say he's He's definitely better than Baker. I'll put him next to Jalen Hurts. So Jimmy Garoppolo, he's average, below average, mediocre quarterback. Sometimes he has won quite a few like big games though. He's took the 49ers to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game. He just wins games. He has a winning record with the 49ers. When he's on the Patriots for the first like 4 weeks and Tom Brady was suspended, he won. He won most of those games. He might not be that good or talented, but he wins games, and that's what's most important. Next is Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow. Really good quarterback. Having to play with that awful Bengals O-line that they're trying to fix now, but he took them to the Super Bowl. He's a nature quarterback. Better than Watson. The only thing that holds him back is his interceptions. I'm pretty sure he led the league in interceptions this year. Josh Allen, S-tier quarterback. Mobile, strong arm, accurate. He should have went on to the championship round, but if it wasn't for his defense line, the Chiefs have scored 13 seconds left. And his defense not playing good in overtime. But yeah, he's an amazing quarterback. Justin Herbert, another amazing quarterback. Super talented. There's so much good about him. Kirk Cousins, I feel like he is overpaid, but then he's also pretty underrated. He had decent to good stats this year. They won games, but in the end they couldn't make the playoffs. He just plays average. I'll put him in B tier. Kyler Murray, I'll put him in A tier. He played amazing in the regular season until he got injured. Then it was just they kind of just fell apart after that. Then they had that disappointing playoff loss. But when he was healthy with Hopkins, he was an A tier quarterback. Lamar Jackson, despite being injured, missing a lot of games, losing some games too this season, Lamar's still an A tier quarterback. He's not the best thrower, but his mobility is what carries him. He can scramble like no other quarterback in the league. He's that talented. Next is Mac Jones. I say Mac Jones is C. There's just nothing that's outstanding about him. The only thing that I could see someone make a case for is maybe decision making. Like he knows when to throw his check downs. Usually he doesn't force it in, but I say he's in between Baker and Jared Goff. Matt Ryan, solid QB for the Falcons. Does throw some picks, but overall, there's not a lot you can do when you're on the Falcons. He plays good enough. Patrick Mahomes, he's definitely S tier. He's best quarterback in the league. Same Russell Wilson, he's probably just the past 2 years, losing to Rams in playoffs 2 years ago, then not even making the playoffs, having an awful season, even though he was injured. But he's still an amazing quarterback. I have a feeling he's going to do really good with the Broncos next season. If he does good, he could very easily be an S-tier quarterback. But for now, I'll put him A. Ryan Tannehill, he's another average quarterback for the Titans. He can't win games, but interception prone. Can't often win big games. And Sam Darnold, D tier. Couldn't get anything done with the Jets. Couldn't get anything done with Panthers. He won his first couple games, but there's almost nothing good about him. Next is Matthew Stafford, the Super Bowl champion. He's amazing. He's better than Burrow. I don't know if he's better than Russell Wilson, but he's still a good quarterback. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to move Deshaun Watson out of B tier. I don't think he's on the same level as these guys here. because we haven't seen him play in 2 years. It's Teddy Bridgewater. 2 years ago, he was average with the Panthers. This year, it's average with the Broncos. There's nothing special about him. I'd say he's better than Baker in these three. Tom Brady, S-tier quarterback. He's the GOAT. He has 7 rings. He's coming back, trying to get his 8th. He's just the greatest of all time. Trevor Lawrence, I put him C tier. He didn't get much help this year with the Jaguars, but he's a young rookie, hoping he's going to develop. As of right now, he's okay. Trubisky, we haven't seen him play in 2 years, I believe. 1 year. Something like that, but he was not a good quarterback when he played. I wonder how he's going to do with Steelers, but for now I'll put him in C tier. Tua Tagovailoa, also C tier. He does not have good arm strength. He's not very accurate. He is mobile, but nothing that holds him back is being a lefty quarterback, which can make it tough for wide receivers. Makes it more difficult to catch passes from him, so he's just average. Carson Wentz, the new Washington Commanders quarterback. So he's probably also in C tier. I'll put him above Teddy Bridgewater and all these guys. Those are just average quarterback. Amazing in Philadelphia like 5 years ago, but ever since then, he's just been on the decline. Next, Zach Wilson. He's mobile, but a lot of interceptions. Didn't win many games this year. I'll put there. And yeah, this is gonna do it. This is my NFL tier list for quarterbacks. This is considering this year and how I think they're gonna do next year. So in S you have Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Allen, and Herbert. Then you could see all the rest. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.